I think we benefit by having a low average check. As consumers are looking at trade-offs, we're a relatively easy place for them to end up, so I think we benefit a little from that. Plus, you know, the incredible loyalty that I referenced earlier that our consumers have. You know, I don't think that many consumers are prepared to give up that morning cup of coffee on the way to work or on the way to school.
Difficult times like this sometimes cause us all to step back and reflect our core strategic thrusts, and I know for many years Swiss Chalet and Harvey's has been sort of half pregnant in trying to decide whether we are corporate or franchise in our model. But when you get into times like these and the bank environment evolves to what it is today and capital spending comes under immense pressure, we actually made a strategic call to shift to franchising for both brands.
More specifically to the issue of recession, frankly, the last couple of years we've largely held our rates flat. I don't think that would come as a surprise to anybody in the room. Frankly, in the area of transient leisure, during the course of 2009 and 2008, there were periods of time where we downwardly adjusted our rates. I think we were smart about that. I think we did it without adversely affecting the brand positioning, and as much as we did some adjustment in that regard, and we did that to frankly make ourselves more appealing, if you will, to broaden the base, you know, and to make ourselves more accessible. I think as much as we did some adjustment in that regard, I think we really focused a great deal again on value add, leveraging our lifestyle partners and providing some, you know, benefits without direct cost to that transient guest.
We need to be opened when our customers, you know, want us to be, in fact, expect us to be. And it's something that we've undertaken to grow. You know, in the old days, we used to talk about extended hours by being open at 5 a.m. I mean, today, you know, we're talking about, you know, a 24-hour strategy, and, you know, what we call in our business a full 24, which is 24-hour drive-through and 24 hours dining area. So right now we have 67% of our restaurants that are open 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Anytime somebody has a hiccup, everybody around the world knows about it, and that could be a good thing for your brand or a bad thing for your brand, depending on what the hiccup is. Especially with everybody being connected today, including the young people, you've got to manage that risk.
We embarked in social media space originally in March of 2008 with a site we called My Starbucks Idea, which was to solicit input from our customers on any ideas about Starbucks, products, experience, pricing, you name it, it was there. We are now, I think, the largest individual brand on Facebook. We have more than 10 million fans, if you add up all of the various pages, including the main page. The main Starbucks page, since we launched in November of 2008, we have 12,900 new fans per day.
One of the real threats to the industry, I think, is facing a patchwork of regulations on these nutritional issues, where somebody like Calgary or Vancouver or Toronto on bottles or whatever starts launching off on their own initiative, and then all of a sudden you have basically an impossible scenario from a supply chain point of view, because you're trying to service sub jurisdictions with different products, and it happened on trans fat, and it had the potential of happening on sodium. So the CRFA is very engaged with the sodium working group to try and make sure we get a standardized approach to this in Canada. But you only have to look at the US. New York City is off on a mission to regulate sodium all by themselves, and I don't know how they're going to do that from a supply chain point of view. The NRA in the US is actually trying to get a hold of ahead of that issue to try and preempt that, but those are the kinds of things that can play havoc with our supply chain, so I think we have to be real careful in that.
we're looking at menu product development. Tim Hortons is the leader. Roland talked about what they do, keeping it fresh, making it new. We have new day parts. We've launched breakfast within North America. It's a new day part for us. Jacques was talking about expanding hours of operation. That's obviously something that we have to look at as well. Menu pricing, huge. We've done a price elasticity study, and we are understanding our customers' expectations relative to our menu price. And if you know anything about our $5 footlong, it's really put us into a new bracket relative to the consumer's consciousness. And we're really proud that that's something that happened. And it's an innovation that was driven through franchisees.